All right, so we did the other profiles kind of from a guide forward, guide primary. And now I'm going to do kind of a combination. I'm going to use a separate image. And I'm going to sort of trace something and then kind of backtrack kind of into the, the form. And we'll kind of see how that goes. Um, this is Almeria, which is a city in Spain that has agriculture, and these are all plastic grow houses. It's kind of weird. You can look it up. It's occupies the entire coastline. But I'm going to come in here and let's take a look at this area. There's quite a bit going on. So I think I'll take a see if we can find maybe a little bit of something going on here. So I've got my cut layer current. So I'm gonna draw a line, and maybe my first line is gonna be somewhere along here. And I'll just kind of draw it, maybe even past, that little point, right? And then enter. Right, so I've got that guy. And then maybe I start working a little bit over here. So another line maybe comes over here and then over here, right? And I've got those guys. Um, this is a little bit of an arc here, so I'll go ahead and create a 3-point arc from here to here to here, right? And then maybe I've got another line that goes up this way. It's not quite exactly. Um, Maybe it goes up and does. Whoops, I'm doing an arc and I actually want a line. So I'll do a line, maybe somewhere up here. And again, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be exactly perfectly the way that you think it ought to be. Um, and then maybe we work on some circles. We have an arc over here, but I think we got that guy. So let's go ahead and make a guide there. So I'll go to guides and I'll make a circle, 3-point circle, just one. Doesn't matter where I pick on here, it'll make a circle for me. So I've got a circle there. And then maybe we make a sort of a guide with this one right here. It's a small arc, but it'll make, a fairly, maybe a little smaller. I don't know, let's see. Kind of curate this a little bit, right? Maybe make it somewhere about right there. So we've got that. Where else would there be another arc? Maybe this one. This one's pretty shallow. We'll see, it'll get pretty big, right? So if we go to the intersection there, now I've got a few kind of things going on. So now maybe I start to work on how this thing, maybe this guy right here becomes maybe from there to there to there. Whoops, I always get it going the wrong way the first time, but right, there we go. And then need to change that guy to the cut layer and make that current. Right, let's just fill it this guy. So clean it up a little bit. Oops, we can delete that one. Don't really need that. And fill it this guy and that guy. Right, and let's see. That seems a little drastic. Maybe there's a line that goes right here. Or maybe there's a tangent, right? So if I do a line that kind of starts right here. No, I don't want it from the center. I want it kind of nearest. Nearest is a little dangerous, but the tangent maybe there, right? And then maybe this arc kind of takes over until it gets to here, right? So we do another 3-point arc. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. Do that again. 1, 2, and 3. It's always doing the opposite. I feel like it's very strange. So I really should use one of the ones I don't use very often, which is the default one. So this guy, you could go from the center and then either start from here, right, and drag that around to where you get pretty close to there. And then you can start to trim it out, right? Like, or fillet this guy and that guy, and then fillet this guy, that guy, right? And then you have sort of your form derived from this guy. So at that point, let's go ahead and unlock the images for a second. Pick this guy, go to objects, and let's turn it down a little bit, right? So you can start to see what that guy looks like, right? So that's kind of a combination of the two, where you're starting to get a feel for that. And then again, you can go in. That kind of cutout is pretty deep, so you could start to go altering and adjusting it. This particular image gives you pretty much infinite options. I mean, this kind of little curvy thing over here is pretty awesome. Probably should have done something over there. Um, so that's another version of it. So that's kind of a bit of tools in your toolbox, hopefully, to get you started going in. And certainly there are millions. I mean, we didn't look at ellipses. You could use an ellipse. Those are two different arcs, right? So you could start to think about that if that's a possibility. But yeah, just go in there and explore and kind of have fun. In the next video, I'll take um, these guys and arrange them in the open boxes and put a hatch in them and kind of get them ready to go to Illustrator. When we go to Illustrator, I'll use the full example just so you can see a full example being brought in. But that's it for this one.